This is one of the movies that I say to myself over and over again, this is why I have the Anti-Critic show. See, you take something that is gloriously nonsensical and intentionally stupid, throw in a poignant message about how this generation just doesn't have the values of our past generations, and just put it together with an amazing cast of hams. And you have Freddy Got Fingered. And you're welcome.
Bowel problems?
It's going to be a long review today. This is a movie that needs to be experienced, and the more that I describe it to you, the less that you'll appreciate it. I learned that when I watched The Room, and you'll learn that the more that you watch reviews of this movie, and then try to watch it yourself.
Beavers yelling, beavers yelling at the other beaver. The beaver started yelling at the other beaver. He's like, "You stupid beaver!"
I don't know why I'm defending this movie. I don't know why it has to be defended. It's weird to me that in you know, this postmodern era where people are supposed to be able to separate themselves, you know, a little bit from the idea of criticism and be a little bit more in the moment, there's still this idea that a movie that is intended to be nonsense, a movie that is intended to be stupid, a movie that is intended to provoke people, still provokes people, is still called stupid and nonsensical. I mean, it's weird to me. It's absolutely weird to me that people can so not get the joke. And here's the thing, you know, people know that Tom Green is one of your provocateur comics, like Andy Kaufman, like early George Carlin, and, you know, to the lesser extent, Jim Carrey and Dane Cook. People know this about him. People know that going in, and you know, they still bought tickets. They still go to the movies saying to themselves, "Well, I'm expecting to see a serious, straight-laced comedy." And they didn't. And amazingly, they blamed the movie, not themselves. And that's what I find so fucking funny.
God, the characters are lame. I'm a loser. I wish I was dead. Oh! Listen.
What's the plot line of this movie? Well, in a nutshell, and that's all I'm giving you because honestly, this is your experience. You need to go have it. An aspiring animator, his father shits all over his dreams over and over again. And he, you know, he keeps plucking away at it, eventually meets somebody who really inspires him to live out his dreams, and he achieves them. And then him and his dad get abducted by Pakistani terrorists. So that's the plot line. It's not the plot where the movie shines. It is the bits and the concepts and the weird improvisation that Tom Green does. It's in the performance of Rip Torn, who plays the father, who is just, I mean, as another character puts it, an absolute character. And yeah, it's in all the cameos. There's just too much. There's too much to say about this movie. I still find it absolutely amazing. I have to say it over and over again. I find it absolutely amazing that this has Razzies, that this has a horrible Rotten Tomatoes score, that this has, so many critics just absolutely laying into it. And I'm going to say this for the people who don't get it. You're the joke. It's just like the days of Andy Kaufman and his misogynistic wrestling career. There's people who still to this day say, "Yeah, that guy's a pig." It's like, yeah, that was the joke. That was the joke. He was trying to get a rise out of women by being a misogynist.
Give me my baby! I'll wake up your baby! I'll wake up your baby! Guys! What the fuck is going on? I'm underwater! Look, I found
Treasure.
treasure that's up on a rope!
Tending it's a treasure.
Get out of my goddamn scuba gear, you imbecile! Oh no, the treasure! It went into that underwater cave! Get out of that!
As a meta comedy, as a provocative comedy, this movie excels, and even as a standard comedy in many different senses, it actually is a very good comedy. I think it's just people don't like being made into the punchline, and that is exactly what Tom Green was all about. So, was it bad? No. Did it make people look bad? Oh hell yeah.
Sausages. People do like some sausage.
The crux of this movie is not the nonsense and is not the stupidity. As amazing as that is to say, looking back at it, the actual concept, the actual reason why I go back to this movie over and over again is because the message of the older generation being so damn arrogant about the fact that there is a certain way that things need to be done, and the younger generation coming in and saying, I don't care. And that is a valid way to look at this movie. That is absolutely an intended message. There is an intended message, and honestly, I mean, I applaud. I genuinely applaud sneaking something that is actually very content heavy into what seems to be just a bunch of stupid nonsense.
And hockey sticks. Obviously hockey sticks. He's Canadian.
Fuck me.
Yeah, fuck you.
Fuck me? Is that what you said? Do you want to fuck me?
One other thing that I really have to say. I thought about it during the movie. I've thought about it many times over my lifetime. I will never get it through my thick skull why a society can't be this way. There are people who are expressive, who are who look at the world in different ways, who are artists, who question society. And these people are told to shut the fuck up and get with the program. That's something that happens over and over again in all societies all around the world. You cannot question the system. The system is absolute. And to step in its way is to be squashed by your peers and your family and everything. There is no place in most modern societies where people can just express and be. You got liberal arts college and you got hippie communes. That's about it. And both of those places are maligned and considered to be nothing, valueless, stupid.
We can't have people complaining that there's not enough cheese in the cheese sandwiches now, can we? I mean, if there's no cheese in a cheese sandwich, it's basically just 2 slices of bread. If word of that were to get out, Well, I could lose my job.
Lose all this.
Lose all of this. We don't want that now, would we? Would we?
I really do quote this a lot.
Either way, I can't state enough that this movie that is considered to be stupid, gross nonsense is actually supposed to be that. And the underpinning message about how the old values are stupid and backwards are actually in the way of people understanding the movie. So, honestly, watch Freddy Got Fingered. Have a life-changing experience. Stop wanting it to be exactly the way that every other fucking comedy is. Enjoy it. Enjoy it, because that's what it was meant to do. It was meant to be enjoyed. And have you laugh at society a little bit. Next week, I'm talking about Serenity. And I know, there's a whole lot of people that just asked, what the fuck is he talking about? You'll see. You'll see. This has been it for the Anti-Critic. Have fun. Play fair. And remember, it's all just a game.
I'm not getting this stupid job, Dad. I got a part-time job in Africa.
How dare you?
How dare you?
Anyways, what's the plot line of this movie? It's wind. It's wind. That's the plot line of the fucking movie. That's the plot line of every fucking review that I fucking do. It's wind. It's fucking wind. Last week, what did you hear? Rather than anything that was possible, fucking wind. That's why I had to make fucking faces. Fucking wind. And you know what? You know what's the absolute jackass part of it? You know Pokemon Go, the thing that's supposed to be weather adapting to fucking everything that fucking happens in your area, and it gives you Pokemon tailored to that shit. I love psychic Pokemon. I love dragon type Pokemon. The wind is supposed to bring that shit. You know what never fucking happens in this town? Never fucking happens in this town. It's never fucking windy. Amazing, isn't that? Fuck!
They ate the world today, the world eaters. They made it all decay, the world eaters. And then they passed away, the world eaters. Too full, too heavy to run.